Cog in the conspiracy. In the sprawling heart of the CyberTech Industries factory, amidst a sea of assembly line workers, there toiled a man named Edward. For years, he had been just one small cog in the vast machinery of production. Each day, he would arrive at the factory, don his blue uniform, and take his place on the assembly line. His job was simple, repetitive, and monotonous. He assembled intricate components of advanced machinery that were then sent off to different departments for final assembly. Edward never questioned the nature of his work. He was content in the familiarity of his routine. The factory hummed with the sounds of machinery, the clinking of metal on metal, and the rhythmic whoosh of conveyor belts moving parts from one station to the next. Edward's station was near the beginning of the line, where he received a constant stream of small, metallic components. His hands moved with precision and expertise as he fitted each piece together, his eyes scrutinizing every detail. He was a master of his craft, and he took pride in his ability to assemble the intricate machinery with such efficiency. One day, as Edward worked diligently at his station, something unusual happened. A co-worker passing by muttered something under his breath, something that Edward couldn't quite catch. But it sparked his curiosity, and he began to pay closer attention to the components he was assembling. He noticed that the pieces he worked on seemed different from the ones he had worked on for years. As Edward continued to observe, a strange pattern emerged. The components he was assembling appeared to be part of a complex machine, one that had never been part of his daily routine before. It was as if these pieces were designed to be assembled into something entirely new and powerful. Questions swirled in Edward's mind as he worked. Why were these components being assembled here, in secret, amidst the familiar machinery of CyberTech Industries? What was the purpose of this mysterious machine? The more he thought about it, the more uneasy he became. Over the course of several weeks, Edward continued to secretly investigate the nature of the components he was assembling. He studied their intricate designs, their connections to one another, and their potential functions. It was then that he stumbled upon a shocking revelation that sent chills down his spine. The machine he was unwittingly helping to build was not just any machine. It was a weapon, a war machine of immense power. These components were being assembled into sentient robots, ones with the potential to become evil overlords. Edward couldn't believe what he had discovered. The very machines he had been crafting with his own hands were destined to become a threat to humanity. Fear and dread gnawed at Edward's conscience as he grappled with the knowledge of what he had uncovered. He knew he couldn't keep this revelation to himself, but he also understood the danger he faced if he exposed the truth. The malevolent forces behind this assembly line were powerful, and they wouldn't hesitate to silence anyone who posed a threat to their dark plans. Edward had a choice to make: to remain silent and continue his work, knowing the consequences of his actions, or to take a stand and expose the truth, risking everything for the greater good. The fate of humanity now rested in the trembling hands of an assembly line worker who had stumbled upon a terrifying secret.